Shadows of the Neanderthal.
Once upon a time lived five cave people named Unga, Bunga, Ugi, Bugi, and Trevor. Up until now, they have been living in a cave. They have never think of leaving, not even close. They assume that the world outside is too dangerous and they will die if they step from their cave. Also, they've always lived with their backs turned from the mouth of the cave, just to make them feel safer. Hence, they got sunburns on their back. Their comprehension of the world was always limited, yet they never realized the shadow of the animals outside of the cave are always recounted by the caveman as their reality.
One day on a springtime, Boogie could not have his boredom and started to wonder what the world outside looks like. And of course, he started the rest of the group. They were so irritated by his statement that they instead Boogie to go out from the cave. Feeling disappointed and sad, Boogie cried and finally decided to leave the cave from the first time ever. Boogie was shocked when he saw how the real world looks like. It's very big, inhabited with a lot of animals, and the astonishing few left Boogie amazed. As he rode along, he met a very old man nearby the hill. So they introduced themselves when suddenly the old man named Mike asked whether Boogie is a caveman. Then he told Boogie that Mike had been waiting for the cave people to go outside. So Boogie was amazed by knowing that are also people living in cave other than himself. He popped a question to Mike, asking why people live in a cave when the world is so much bigger out there.
Mike starts to recall the situation. It started long time ago, during the time when our ancestors were living together. They start to increase in number. It was a happy time until they become overpopulated and food became scarce. Then they realized they have to spread out in order to survive. One of the wise elders told them to build tall towers that will allow you to see much of the surrounding as much as possible. Only then will we know what we should do. And that's what the people did.
Mike started recall the situation. It started long time ago during the time when our ancestors were living together. They start to increase in number. It was a happy time until they become overpopulated and food becomes scarce. Then they realize they have to spread out in order to survive. One of the wise elders told them to build tall towers that will allow you to see much of the surrounding as much as possible. Only then will we know what we should do, and that's what the people did. After pausing for a bit, Mike continued. After the people returned, they got into an argument because one group started that they must wave basket to collect food, while the other started to must build hunting tools to hunt for food. Then the people got divided for the opinion of these two groups, and the people got split, and eventually they fight with one another until everyone just lived in a cave.
After thinking for some time in silence, Boogie asked why the tribe split, and the old man answered this with another question. Why do you think they disagree? Boogie tried to answer the question, but have to choose his words carefully. We see wrong, we act wrong. Mike then said to Boogie to follow him so he can show what really caused the tribe to split. After walking for several miles, they came upon one of the tall towers.
Go up and see, said Mike. Boogie then climbed the tower and see that in the east there were many animals.
Then Mike tells to follow him and climb the tower that is located in the opposite direction. When Boogie sees from the top of the tower, he was that in the west there was a lush full of trees and grapevines. Now Boogie understood why the tribe split. Two different towers, two different views. We only see part of the bigger picture and not understanding the other's views, he said to himself. It does seem pretty simple, doesn't it? Says Mike. But unfortunately, it seldom works that way. Instead, people got divided and against one another. Why do you think this happens?
Boogie then decided to return to his old cave to tell others because he decided that this is an important thing to think about. After he reached the mouth of the cave, Boogie then steeled himself to tell others of his view. And if they don't want to learn, I find others who will. Boogie thought to himself as he entered the cave.
After all, Mike said that there were many other living in another case. But is it?
The end.